This is a tasty burger.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. I hope everybody is having a fantastic day. Hit that like button and let's get into today's video. So today is going to be a fun one, kind of a weird one actually. I stumbled across an article today talking about alternate casting of Pulp Fiction. I stumbled across this photo on Twitter. It looked really fun to talk about, so I wanted to bring it to you guys. Now, I don't know if this is the first time this photo has been released or if people have seen it before, but it's new to me. I thought it was interesting, so I thought, why not talk about it? It appears to me to be pre-production notes from Tarantino himself before he even started filming Pulp Fiction. So I'm popping in here, I'm editing this video right now, and as I'm looking up all these pictures, I'm realizing like this was definitely leaked like super long time ago. I'm such an idiot, but I'm still having fun talking about these, whatever. It's the first time I've seen this, so whatever. I also didn't realize that there's a whole second page with Butch and Marcellus Wallace and Mia and all those. If you guys want to see another video, if you guys want to see the second half, let me know. I'm just gonna finish editing this part one. If you guys want to see a second part, I'll do it. I don't know, let me know. When he was coming up with who he might cast in all these different roles, which is super, super fascinating to me. Now, if you are a fan of Tarantino and you own his movies on Blu-ray, you've probably seen and heard him talk about some of these castings, and you might have heard some of these. Some of these I had not seen, though. I've heard before about Michael Madsen, unfortunately, turning down the role of Vincent, which ultimately went to John Travolta. I've heard that the Jules character was initially going to go to the bartender in Pulp Fiction. I forget his name. He was also in 4 Rooms. I've heard a couple of those, but there's a couple in here that I hadn't heard of, and it got me really excited. So I wanted to get your guys' opinion on them. So let's go ahead and talk about them. So what's interesting about this, he has the casting possibilities listed as list of elements. 3 stars for first choice, 2 stars for second choice, and 1 star for strong possibility. And he lists the possibilities for Pumpkin, Honey Bunny, Vincent, Lance, Jody, all of these integral characters in the movie, and some of these names in here are fascinating. First up for Pumpkin, which ultimately went to Tim Roth, and it looks like that's his first choice. It has the 3 stars beside him, written for Tim. Possibilities if Tim can't do it, Johnny Depp. That was his second choice. Which is really interesting, and I could have seen him doing that, kind of the Donnie Brasco vibe. I'm not sure if Donnie Brasco came out before this, but I could see where he could want to cast him. Christian Slater would have been amazing, absolutely amazing. And when we get to the casting of Honey Bunny, it'll even get more amazing, the possibility of what this could have been. Gary Oldman. Nick Cage. He has Nick Cage listed in a couple of these, which is just amazing. Eric Stoltz and John Cusack. I could honestly have seen all of these in that role of Pumpkin in that diner, but after seeing the movie for like so many times, Tim Roth, it can't be anybody but Tim Roth now. He's just too perfect in that role. Nick Cage, how cool would that have been? Super, super cool, but ultimately Tarantino got his first choice. Next up for Honey Bunny, Amanda Plummer. That was his first choice. I love that he picked her because she was a really obscure actress even back then, and she's perfect for the role. Written for her. Possibilities if Amanda can't do it, Patricia Arquette. So think if Patricia Arquette and Christian Slater were Honey Bunny and Pumpkin. Can you imagine? How amazing would that have been? And think if he got both of those, I wonder if he would have changed their names to Clarence and Alabama and had like a True Romance, Pulp Fiction crossover. Can you imagine Christian Slater, Patricia Arquette as Pumpkin and Honey Bunny in the diner? God, that would have been amazing. And I could see them do that because he mentioned Alabama in Reservoir Dogs. Harvey Keitel talks about her being a pretty good little thief, which is really super interesting. How cool is that? Jennifer Jason Leigh, Bridget Fonda, which he ultimately got to work with, and Jackie Brown. A couple of these names are pretty common themes that he had wanted to work with and eventually found the right roles for, which is so cool. Phoebe Cates, she could have used that role for sure. Marisa Tomei. Phoebe Cates would have been cool, though she seems a little innocent for that role. Marisa Tomei would have been perfect. I would love to see Marisa Tomei in a Tarantino movie. That would be incredible. Next up, Vincent. His first choice was Michael Madsen. Michael Madsen turned down the role to play somebody in Wyatt Earp, which is wild. He says to this day, I have no regrets. He loved his role in Wyatt Earp. He would have been great as Vincent. He really would have been. But I mean, good thing it went to Travolta. It saved his career. John Travolta was the strong, three strong second choice. Alec Baldwin was a strong possibility. Gary Oldman comes up a few times in here too. William Peterson, I don't know who that is. I feel like here's him. I'm not sure. When I look at the picture after I edit this video, I'll probably remember who it is. Jason Patrick. I could maybe see him doing that. He's a great actor. Andy Garcia. I don't know if I can see Andy Garcia. Michael Keaton. He has strong possibility. He's another one that comes up a few times here, and ultimately he got to work with him in Jackie Brown. Denzel Washington. Can you imagine Denzel Washington as Vincent? I can honestly see Denzel Washington that role. Just that super kind of slick, cool guy. Super cool. Vincent Continue. He had a bunch of ideas for Vincent. Dennis Quaid, which how amazing would that have been? Dennis Quaid is awesome. Robert Carradine and Aidan Quinn. Aidan Quinn seems like an odd choice, but a lot of these people on paper seem like odd choices, and then they end up being fucking amazing. Lance, he had a bunch of ideas for Lance. Now, John Cusack was his first choice, and I could see that. That's a really cool casting possibility. Eric Schultz was also a first choice. He ultimately got it. Wrote part for John. If John can't do it, I want Eric. I wonder why John couldn't do it. If anybody knows any background about these, drop a comment in the comments below. I want to know backstory maybe that I don't know about. What happened with John Cusack, man? Michael Keaton, Christian Slater again with a strong possibility. Gary Oldman, Robert Carradine, Bill Paxton. Bill Paxton would have been fucking amazing. Johnny Depp again. Nick Cage. Nick Cage comes up 2 or 3 times in here. Sam Jackson and Eric Roberts. Eric Roberts would have been amazing. God, how amazing would it have been to see Nick Cage in Pulp Fiction in any role? God damn, that would have been amazing. And then Jodie. A lot of possibilities for that. This is a really charismatic role, pretty integral role. Patricia Arquette, strong possibility. Bridget Fonda, strong possibility. Jennifer Beals, she ultimately went on to work with him in 4 Rooms. She was great in that. Pam Grier, Bussia Wright, I'm not sure who that is. Kathy Griffin, she went on to go work with him in 4 Rooms as well. Sophia Coppola, back in the 90s, I didn't even know who Sophia Coppola was back in the day. Oh, I was thinking of the chick from, never mind, I was thinking of this. Sophia Coppola, I don't know how strong of an actress she is. Who am I thinking of? The chick from the sitcom. Not her. Jasmine Guy, not familiar. Tria Farrell, not familiar. Lily Taylor, she's great. Jennifer Jason Leigh, he finally got to work with her in Hateful Eight. That was me just geeking out and just embarrassingly geeking out on all those amazing casting possibilities. What do you guys think about that? Could you see any of those actors in those roles? What are your other casting possibilities for any of Tarantino's movies? The Christian Slater, Patricia Arquette as Pumpkin and Honey Bunny, aka Clarence in Alabama, would have been just like mind-blowing. So anyway, I don't know, I thought this would be a fun little video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Kind of loose. This isn't the normal content that I do on the channel. I usually do movie news, reviews, and things like that. But look around at my other videos. I hope you enjoyed this one, and I think we're done here. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay weird, always be yourself, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
I love movies. Gosh, I love movies. I love watching them, and I love making them.